tell me what it was like when you first came to SongShare and what you were
Um,
expecting and what happened.
okay. Um, it's interesting because what brought me to SongShare actually was listening to you talking on a podcast. And I um I struggled with the fear of speaking in front of people that I didn't know, or speaking in a public
Uh-huh.
space. And you were talking about how um if you think it's hard to speak in front of strangers, it's a lot harder to sing in front of strangers.
Yeah.
Like if you can sing in front of strangers, like speaking will be a whole lot easier. And I never thought of that. And so that was my first curiosity, like, okay, I never thought about the singing in front of people and the connection with speaking in front of people. But when I thought about singing in front of people, it was just paralyzing. Like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's a lot scarier than speaking in front of people.
Oh, sure.
So,
Why do you think that
yeah.
is? Do you have any idea of why?
I think most people um, have preconceived notions of what their thinking is about singing. And it's one thing when you're singing in your shower, no one's around, you're singing in the car and you're jamming and enjoying yourself. But when you think about like karaoke or something or getting in front of people and just singing, um, I think for a lot of people, there's this raw vulnerability that comes with that,
Yeah.
and that's what it was pretty much for me. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty convinced that that's because when you sing, you're exposing more of yourself than when you're speaking. You know,
yeah,
there's more of you up there when you're singing. And so, of course, you're going to feel more vulnerable. Yeah.
yeah,
But you're right. If you get to the point where you're comfortable singing in front of people, speaking in front of people doesn't feel like much, you know.
yeah.
That feels like a baby step after you've gotten to be comfortable singing in front of, and you've gotten to be very comfortable, I think. I mean, that's the way it appears to me. Is that the case?
For the most part, yes.
Yeah.
Um, I've noticed that life. So when I'm away from you guys a little bit and come back, it's funny because for quick moments that hesitancy kicks in versus when I'm seeing you guys all the time and I'm just doing it week after week after week. And
Sure.
yeah, so there's that as well as I've grown comfortable with you guys. So now getting around you guys and singing, it doesn't seem that scary anymore. But there's a couple times where I was out with people and then karaoke was happening and no one wanted to get up there and sing. And I was just like, I'll do it. And they
Oh,
were like,
good for
you'll
you.
do it? Like you just, we're in this agreement. And I
Yeah.
was like, yeah. So it's funny because I was even surprised myself because I kept expecting that hesitancy and those jitters to come and they didn't come. And it was just
Oh,
like, okay, let me just grab the mic and just sing and whatever happens, happens. So
isn't
yeah,
that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful?
yeah,
Yeah, it's very freeing to be able to sing in front of people. And that's why I started SongShare because I couldn't do it. I was afraid of doing that, but I've spoken in front of thousands of people. I've acted in front of thousands of people. And I thought, but
wow.
I still can't sing. Well, I want to do something about
Yeah.
that. And now it's gotten to the point where if somebody were to say to me, and this has happened a few times, I've been telling people about SongShare or something like that. And, and somebody will say, well, let's hear it. Can you sing? I'll sing in front of anybody now and without holding back. I'll be able to let everything out that I want to let out, everything that I've got without thinking, well, I have to protect myself here. I have got to hold back a little bit for me. And it's a wonderful feeling to think, oh, I sing? Well, hell yes, there's nothing scary about that. There always was. Now there is nothing scary about it for me.
Wow.
Much nicer way to live, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And not to mention how much joy I get from singing. I mean, I get so much joy from it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I thought of a good song for you. I can't remember what it is right now. It might have been some Dionne Warwick song, but I thought, ooh, I'd love to hear Danielle sing that one. It was something you could really get your teeth into. I'll find it and send it to you.
Okay.
Either
And that's
that or
another
I'll,
thing that I love because you guys are always thinking of songs for me to sing. And it's
yeah.
great because usually there's songs I've never heard of, you know?
That's often the case for me too. Somebody will sing
Yeah.
something that I've never heard of, or a song that I've forgotten about, or a song that I used to think, oh, I couldn't sing that. Now I'm willing to try it. If I hear
Yeah.
the song that I like, I think, yeah, well, I'll take a crack at that one. I like that song. Uh,
Yeah.
Good. So you've kind of answered the question about what you've gotten out of SongShare, but
Mhm.
and you've also started to answer the question about how has what you've learned from SongShare or gotten from SongShare bled into other areas of your life. But I'd love you to talk a little bit more about that.
Um, okay. So I've noticed that there's this kind of joy and settling that comes, when I sing. It's interesting because when I have to take breaks, because if I'm not able to come because of different obligations,
Hmm.
um, I'm not really thinking about it. And I may go through things, daily things that you go through where you get a little stressed out with life or worried about different things. And I don't really feel like singing. And so I've kind of convinced myself during those times, no, I don't want to sing. I don't feel like singing. I'm not happy right now. I'm not joyful right now. But SongShare has kind of helped me to learn that I don't have to wait until I'm happy to sing or
Love it.
joyful to sing.
Yeah.
I can sing, and what's funny is that the peace or the joy or the happy comes while I'm singing, you know? So instead of me waiting to be in the right mood to sing, I realized, okay, there is no mood to sing, you
Right.
know? And oftentimes when you just sing, you'll find yourself in a better place, a better mood, a better thought. So
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely. All of a sudden, it's like, well, where was that bad mood I was in? It seems to be, it seems to have evaporated. You know what often
Right.
happens to me? I sing a lot during the day if I have time, if I'm alone and I'm not doing, or if I'm making dinner for Nina, or if I'm out for a walk, or if I'm in the car, or if I'm working outside, whatever I'm doing, I'll find myself singing. But there will be times when I feel physically crummy or emotionally low. And I'll
Mhm.
think, well, I'm going to go for a walk. And I'll start to walk and think, well, I don't really want to sing like now. I really don't feel like it. And the next thing that comes through my mind is, okay, I'll just hum for a minute. I'll just hum a little bit.
Mhm.
Well, invariably, I'll hum for about 30 seconds and my mouth opens and I start singing, without my even having decided to do it. And as soon as I do that, I think, why did I think I wasn't in a mood to sing? This feels wonderful.
Yeah.
It's a real mood elevator. And I think people who don't sing don't realize that. They don't understand that if you're not in a good mood, singing will put you in a better mood, you know.
Yeah.
However bad the mood is, it will put you in a little better mood, or at the very least, it will make the mood you're in seem less constricting and less confining, you know.
Yeah. And one thing that I want to, now that I'm flashing back, I really want to point out is that there were times where I just did not want to sing or I could not sing in that moment, but I came anyway.
Yeah,
And what I loved is that even though I didn't want to sing, listening to you guys sing put me in a better mood. It was like
yeah,
medicine in a way.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's why I say singing is a transmission of the human spirit, you
Yeah.
know, which is to say, singing is a transmission of love, because that's exactly what it is. You're just letting the love inside out of you when you sing, you know.
Yeah.
Singing's just the vehicle for that. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else about SongShare that it sticks in your mind or that you particularly like?
Um, yeah, a few things. So
Bring them
I
on.
like that I like that I can come and sing whatever I want. I do like that there's theme categories every week, but in the end, I can sing whatever I want. So if something comes to mind and you know how it is when there's certain songs stuck in your head or
Yep.
anything like that, I can just sing them, you know?
Yep.
Um, I like the fact that there's no judgment. You
Yeah,
know, there's many times where um, if I miss a word, if I get off key, if I forgot a certain part, it's okay. I can just keep going and it's not a big deal.
just doesn't matter. It just doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting when you take the stakes away from singing, the invented stakes. It's one of those contracts we don't realize we've made with ourselves. Well, I
Yeah.
can't make a mistake. I've got to get this just right. I can't sing in a way that's anything other than perfect. And if I do, something bad will happen. No, it won't. You just won't have sung your best that day. That's all, you
Yeah.
know. But it's funny because whenever we sing, we're always singing the best we have at that moment. Sometimes it doesn't feel like the best we would like to have or the
Yeah.
best we'd have at another moment, but it's the best we have at that moment. So it has to be enough.
Yeah.
And we very intentionally set SongShare up so that there was no judgment and it was completely supportive, and I think that's one of the things people really like. It's not a competition. We're not doing The Voice or American Has Talent,
Yes.
which is a contest. I don't like that aspect of singing.
Yeah.
And we don't really perform either. We just share with each other. We share something that we feel strongly about or that means something to us. And that's lovely. It's so much easier that way than having all these invented stakes in your head that say, oh, it's got to be just like this, or it's got to be just like that. No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's got to be exactly how it comes out. That's all. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Anything else?
Um, I like the fact that you never know what you're gonna get.
Okay.
Um, and that's fun because you never know what you're gonna get.
No.
Um, no matter who's on and what they're singing, and it's been all kind of songs, which is great. Sometimes they're fun songs, sometimes they're sad songs.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're really funky songs and kind of attitudinal songs, and
Yeah.
sometimes they're classics. So it's fun because in in hindsight, I've kind of got lessons in music as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I
So
mean, a lot of us sing music that's very different, from one another.
yeah,
And it really is nice. I often hear songs, somebody singing something, and I make a note. Oh, I want to sing that. I'm going to try that. And it's not a song I would
yeah,
have necessarily even known about or thought about singing myself. But when I hear one of my friends on SongShare sing it, I think, yeah, I love that. I want to try that.
yeah. So I think um, more than anything, um, I've enjoyed just being with the people that show up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's the other thing. You never know who's going to make it that week because we've all got stuff to do, you know,
yeah,
and we all have
yeah.
other commitments on our time. So you never really know who's going to show, but it's always a fun group, you
It
know.
is.
Yeah. Well, that's terrific. What I've seen again and again is that many people who believe they can't sing have simply never had a chance to explore their voice in a way that felt safe, kind, and unforced. That's why I'm opening a 12-week live Zoom experience called Singing for People Who Believe They Can't, a safe, supportive, non-judgmental space where we can rebuild comfort and confidence singing to one another, and at a pace that respects where each person is. If you'd like to reconnect with singing in a way that feels unforced, human, and grounded in curiosity rather than expectation, and explore the confidence that can come with that, you can learn more at the link below.